Alright, so, gonna be doing a review of a comic I've been anxiously waiting for, and that is Power Rangers Usagi Yojimbo. This crossover has been something I've been very much looking forward to, and it's finally here. I can't wait to talk about it. So here we go. So, this comic, first off, it's just a one and done. This was a one-shot, and it's just kind of interesting to have we haven't had a one-shot since the latest Batman Spawn crossover that happened, 2 years ago? It's kind of interesting that it's another one-shot book, because there used to be a time back in the 90s where there'd be these big one-shot crossovers. So it is kind of fascinating that they made, instead of jumping for a mini-series, they went for a one and done, which I think, honestly, with this kind of story, it kind of fits. Another thing I want to bring up before we go any further is that I will be doing a review of this book, but I'll also be doing a more in-depth review, probably sometime next week, of the comic. And talk about, future crossovers with my good friend Matt Denian, the author of Atomic Rex, so be prepared for that. Yeah. So this comic is written by Ryan Parrott, Ryan Parrott has been doing a phenomenal job picking up where Kyle Higgins had left off previously. He had done a lot of work. He had basically been shepherding the Power Rangers comics. He'd also been doing the TMNT Rangers crossovers as well. The other thing I want to talk about is the artwork by the illustrations by Sean Daly and colors by James Fenner. Because these guys did a phenomenal job of kind of really capturing that manga feel, and it actually, I think these guys were very much inspired by Dragon Ball Z. This artwork looks very Akira Toriyama. It looks perfect. Let me see if I can find a perfect example. Yeah, don't all the Rangers look very Toriyama-esque? So it really does make sense if these guys were Akira Toriyama inspired by the very least. So this comic doesn't really have a set time for either continuity. It's just kind of its own story. And basically, what is going on is that Miyamoto Usagi has been protecting this thing called the Dragon's Eye for a local village that's supposed to contain great power. Meanwhile, in another universe, because I thought also, this was supposed to be it's in the past, but then it was supposed to explain why are there animal people then. But no, it's a different universe. They clarify it's a different universe. So in another universe, what's going on is that the Rangers are fighting one of Rita's monsters, and what happens is they get sucked to another universe that is feudal Japan by a guy named Tatsumoto. And Tatsumoto basically tells the Rangers, oh, this other village has been killing our people in the night, and we've been, unable to stop them. Please, can you recover a sacred art? Can you go there and fight them off and, save our children? So this guy is a ton of just full of bullshit, and you're like, oh, so this is the villain. The other thing is that Tatsumoto is a human. And they actually don't really go too deep into why he's human in a world of animals. They just have this kind of hand-wavy moment of, oh, like you, I was probably brought here from another universe, but I don't know my past, so I really don't know what, I don't know much else other than that. That's really the only explanation we really get for Tatsumoto. That's really it for why he's human among animal people. But the story is pretty well condensed, and it's actually really well done. It doesn't feel like it's trying to rush to the end or anything. It actually feels like a well-paced story. I also really like the main focus is Jason. We don't really most of the time it's usually Tommy, and in fact Tommy gets waylaid in the comic. He actually gets wounded and kind of sidebarred for a bit. So it's actually more of Jason's book than anything else. But the one thing that bothers me about this arc is that it's basically saying that Jason can't corral the other Rangers, and can't really lead. It doesn't feel like he can lead them, and I'm like, really, Ryan? That's the angle you're gonna go with? Is the whole thing of I can't control the Rangers, when we've seen time and time again that the Power Rangers are clearly are more than capable of being corralled and led by you easily. This isn't really set in proper Ranger continuity, so maybe they're trying to say it's early Rangers, but I still don't believe it. Anyway, So, I really love... I just can't get over the artwork. And also, we get, for no other reason, we get Samurai Rangers, which I do hope get toys, and in fact, that, like, big sword and everything. They actually make fun of... there's actually, like, a great joke in here, in this comic, where they're like, how did... Shh, don't question it, or they might go away. I think that was just a proper little fourth wall break. I really loved how this story plays out. I love this. I love the, how it's just having fun with the story. Like, this feels like something fan-fiction-y. Like, this almost feels like an early fan-fiction, right? Like, this really does feel like an early-day, fan-fiction type story. And I really do like, how they utilize everything you'd like to see in a Power Rangers Usagi Yojimbo comic, and then some. So, yeah. It is cool also to see, like, to see a Usagi Yojimbo crossover that isn't a Ninja Turtles one, because that's really, even Stan Sakai was like, yeah, I kind of want to cross over with something other than Ranger, than the Ninja Turtles, like, yeah. So does this open the door to, like, other Ninja Turtles, like, I keep trying to say Ninja Turtles, damn it. Does this open the door to, like, other Usagi Yojimbo crossovers? I personally would love to see, like, a Usagi Yojimbo Hellboy crossover. See those two, industry indie favorites collide. I wouldn't be opposed also, but we'll never get it because of Todd McFarlane being a total ass, but maybe if we can convince him to make an action figure out of it. Be kind of cool to get a Spawn Usagi crossover. That'd be kind of neat, of having, again, two legendary independent characters meet and, encounter one another. That would be cool. But yeah, this is like, again, Usagi, feel like the Usagi and Ranger stuff is perfectly balanced. I was worried for a bit that this was going to gear more towards the Rangers. I was definitely more worried that it was going to be more of a Ranger-centric comic, but thankfully they give a lot of balance to both Usagi and the Power Rangers. And again, I just can't get over how good this artwork is. Like, I just cannot get over how phenomenal Daly and Fenner came together and made such a well-made comic. Is this one of the best crossovers I've ever read? Not well, I think it's really good. It's definitely one that I haven't walked away going, well, I have some thoughts, because I've kind of run into that a few times with crossovers as of late, where it's like, well, where I'm just basically like, well, I have some definite thoughts, but this time around, it really does feel like a, legit solid crossover. Like, it feels like, here we are, here's the story, there's the villain, yeah. Although it does kind of, make you think, because in the description, it says that Rita was involved, when the only thing Rita did was send the monster at the start, and we don't even get any sign of Rita. So, maybe that was just a typo or something? I don't know. Maybe we could... This does also, not really tease, but it does open the door to, maybe we could get another Power Rangers Usagi Yojimbo crossover. Maybe get, Jay teaming... I would love to see, a team-up between Jay and Lord Zed. That would be kind of awesome. But yeah, it's just really cool, because you never thought you'd get these two properties crossing over. And it's funny too, because they both crossed over Ninja Turtles, so they're all they're both connected, they're both a Ninja Turtle adjacent, basically. So all in all, do I recommend getting Power Rangers Usagi Yojimbo? Yeah, if you love crossovers, if you love both of these properties, as you can see, I've been meaning to say this earlier, but as you can see, I got the Stan Sakai cover, which, the Rangers look a little awkward. Especially Green Ranger back there. He's just, Green Ranger back there, he's just, holding the sword, here I am. Yeah. But all in all, solid comic. Absolutely recommended. As a crossover fan, was not disappointed. So you guys tell me in the comments below, if you've read Power Rangers Usagi Yojimbo, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.